All right. 5. Hold on. All right, guys. I'm gonna need to count it 4 seconds on my head. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, Rocky.
Hey, welcome to Verse TV, the Homos Talk Show. It's your boy Rocky, the Chicago author. And I have our special guest today from the cast of Dating University. So who we have in the building today, y'all?
And it's your boy Charles coming to you live in effect. What it do? What it do?
Hi, I am Professor Brittany, and I'm just here to have a good time.
All right, who else we got in the building today?
And this your boy Troy's Music. You already know, and I got my nice hat on trying to mix my colors together. You see me?
Hey. So it's your boy Rocky, the Chicago author, and I have my special drink today ready to turn up. Hey.
Oh.
Y'all ready to talk about some real tea today?
Yes.
Get
I have my tea too.
Before we get to Rocky, let's find out where everybody's from, Rocky. We gotta find out where they're from.
All right. So where's everybody from? Holla at me.
Man,
Start with
Baltimore,
Charles.
baby. Baltimore.
Yes. Baltimore bred. Baltimore born and Baltimore bred.
That's what it is.
We got B more in the building, clearly. Clearly B more in the building today.
No other city. No other city.
It's your boy Troy from Harlem World representing. You already know. Representing, but we got B more in the house big today.
Hey, so it's your boy Rocky, the Chicago author, because it's in my name. Period. Heavy on the eyes. Turn up.
Get him, son.
All right, cool. So without further ado, y'all, let's get straight into our homos tea. You guys ready for the tea? Get your cups. Let's sip because it's about time. Yes. Let's get to it. And we're going to kick things off today with YouTube.com, the voice of Germany. So hopefully you guys have seen it, which I don't know you guys have reactions for our, run through questionnaire. But question is this. Aaron Mack is a big Whitney Houston stan. If you don't know what it is, Google it. It's real. I have to check it out myself. He does not know any of the German language, so he doesn't know what the judges are saying, clearly. But nevertheless, he respects this woman's differently, slightly off-key, spin on the song, and her confidence in delivering something. So, yeah. Anyway, sometimes this is all that you need. But what's this kind of disrespectful to the true queen, Miss Whitney Houston? That's what we want to know. First question. And also to throw this in there, because a lot of these shows like American Idol and The Voice has our millennial generation becoming more conditioned to wanting singers to, emulate the singer themselves instead of finding their own voice. So do you think it's respectful, and do you think that these shows are causing us to want to see people sound exactly like our favorite artists? I'm going to start with myself. I don't think it's disrespectful. That's kind of like crazy to say. I don't think it's disrespectful. I just feel like she gave her rendition, and that's what it was. But you know what? The way the voice is set up, if you don't turn around, if the chairs don't turn around, you don't get it. And the chairs didn't turn around. So clearly it wasn't the night. But she sang her heart out. She sang that song and she did her thing. Slightly off key. But she did it in her own way. So shout out to her to make it that far, because it's a TV show, it's a process. So for her to get there, it was for a reason, right? I do feel like these newer shows and American Idol and The Voice and all that, like the question stated, are, it has a younger generation thinking that, you need to sound like this person. And I think that that's where the misconception is. Ain't nobody else gonna be Whitney Houston, baby, because Whitney Houston is gone and she is gone. That was her and that was it. No one else is gonna be Mariah Carey. They try to compare Ariana Grande. Probably said her name wrong.
She does sound like her though. She does sound very similar.
But she is not Mariah Carey. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important, especially me being an artist, people understand. We are not these people. We are ourselves with our own individual flair, putting a spin on what we're doing. She just put her spin on it. Even though, again, like we said, it was a little bit off. It was her spin. And so, I don't think that you should not expect someone to sound like anybody else, because you want them to have the originality, you want them to be themselves, and you want to see that uniqueness when they hit the stage. And so that's what these shows are about. Uniqueness and the individuality and how you stand out, not sounding like Whitney Houston. But yeah, shout out to her for making it happen and doing her thing. But, that's my opinion on this particular topic. Since we do have a woman in the building, I'm going to go first to the lady of the house. Just because, I see a choir, amen. So I want to, get your opinion. Was it disrespectful? What do you think?
I think her choice of song, I'm not going to say it was disrespectful, but she did not choose the best song for herself. I think she should have chosen a song that better showcased her vocals. She does have a really nice voice, but I don't think her voice was best suited to sing a Whitney Houston song.
I agree
So
with you.
if you are going to sing a Whitney Houston song, you have to have a powerful voice. You have to have a confident voice. You have to have a voice that can, outsing a room. You have to turn heads with that voice. And she didn't have that. She has a very meek voice. I think she would have done better singing something like Britney Spears.
You're right about that. Definitely, voice is very important. Knowing your voice is number one. Start with that. So you're right about that.
Yeah.
And do you think that these shows cause our, younger millennials to think that they need to sound exactly like these artists? Do you think that that has had influence?
You can't help it. When you do these shows, they want you to sing somebody else's song. So if they're gonna assign you a Mariah Carey song, a Whitney Houston song, the goal is to sound like them. So I do agree that the show is trying to manufacture the next insert pop star, R&B star, country star here. I think if you really want to see someone's true talent, allow them to sing their own song.
That would definitely be a talent, and that would be a show.
Write their own song and sing their own song. But if you want me to sing a Whitney Houston song, I'm going to try to emulate Whitney Houston.
That makes sense. So you think it's just it comes along with it because of the territory? Got you.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
Before I get to you, Professor number 2, Mr. Professor Charles, I'm gonna go to Rocky real fast and get Rocky's, stick him in there real fast in the middle. Rocky, wasn't disrespectful to the Queen. Talk to me.
It was disrespect. SPECK.
Oh, wow.
FUH. It's a new spelling today. I'm gonna let y'all know. Y'all know me. I don't bite my tongue. As a person who was raised up to listen to Whitney, a Black person at that. I mean, it has nothing to do with that, but I just feel like she was first too pitchy. Okay. It wasn't the best choice. The only person I could if you ain't like a Deborah Cox, I mean, hell, Jennifer Hudson does Screamer Fuck. She has her own sound, and she doesn't sound like Whitney, but she does the song justice, in my opinion. Shout out to Chicago. But it was just too pitchy. I felt like it was, but then in the back of my head, I was like, well, maybe she was like doing the rock pop version, and they like to shout. And then I also thought about maybe because she has an accent, it sounded different to me. But it was she tried. I would give her a 75, maybe a 70. But it just wasn't it for me. I was just like, oh, baby. And then they liked it, but it was just like, I wanted Simon Cowell to be there so that way he tell her the truth that wasn't it. You baby, leave that alone. Don't touch that no more. Don't touch it no more.
Well, if he spoke German, he probably would have been there. It would have been something interesting to see him speak German. But yes, shout out to Baby Girl, like we said. Do you think that these shows are causing our millennials to think we need to sound exactly like our artists that we're singing?
I really feel like, with that being said, if you're going to come and sing someone's song, either deliver it in your own way, but know that you can sing it safely. If you know that you ain't you're gonna sound a fool. You know what I mean? I'm a person that loves to sing Michael Jackson. I can't sing. I grew up on Michael Jackson. My voice got deeper. I can't sing every Michael Jackson song because my voice is a little raspy. So I've been told to sing. Right. I've been told to just sing in my range. But
know your lane.
Look, but there's certain people that just be trying a little too hard, and I just be like, you cringe for them because it just ain't it. I mean, I'm not saying sound like Beyonce or whatnot, or sound like this person, but know that you can deliver.
Right.
And deliver to at least 90%.
Because
the people that's the true fans are gonna want you to really just at least touch the bases. At least if you ain't touching the bases, baby, you're drowning. You're drowning.
Yeah. If you're gonna pull up to the person, make sure you make it happen. All right, Charles, talk to me, Professor. What you think about all this?
I'm gonna have to definitely agree with Rocky with that. Regardless of what song or artist that they give you, like you have to sing it in your way. You know what I'm saying? Like even if they hit you with the we kind of wanted you to sound like X or sound like Y or sound like Z or whoever. I think like you said, when you're comfortable in your range, like you're going to wind up shining anyway. You trying to, hit a Mariah Carey high note when you know you got a Gladys Knight kind of voice. It really ain't gonna work. So
know your lane.
Right. Find your lane and work it from there. And I think honestly, I think that's a lesson for like just for anybody. Like, you want to reach the heights of, the people that you emulate or whatever, but you have to do it your own way, regardless of like how a show may want you to do it, or a director or whoever, like, because at the end of the day, real gonna recognize real. If you go out on stage and you try to belt out something that's way out your range, it's gonna show like immediately.
Song choice is everything. If you're gonna do it, pick the right song. Period. Right. All right, cool. So that was our first topic. Dope. I'm ready for a Kiki T. Come on, Rocky, give us the Kiki T.
All right now. From Kiki, so I'm bringing the Kiki T to everybody. Semantics. That's it. Okay, semantics. All right. Many people say that you shouldn't date multiple people at the same time. When is it the time to stop dating others for the one? What is dating? Okay. Let's also connect this to those of us who date through apps. Is it dating as soon is it dating as soon as you meet offline? Aaron kind of sees that all dating is semantic. Okay, so I'm gonna toss this over to Charles. What you think?
Yes, sir. Well, you tossed out like 6 questions. I'm gonna try to work from. Okay, so let's start from your last question. Is it dating once you meet offline? The short answer is yes, because there were two people agreed to meet outside of electronic communication. You decided to meet somewhere, hopefully safe, hopefully public area, and you decide to have some activity, whether it be something physical or something like dinner, what have you, a coffee, an ice cream, or whatever. That's considered a date. So the past and also present tense of that is dating. So yes, that's
and this is so when's the time to stop dating other
when's
people?
the time to stop dating? When for me, I know when it's time to stop dating other people and focus on one, when that one person really has my attention. That's the first thing. You have to have my attention. Secondly, I have to think about you more so than I think about the other people. So that means that you're creating value by your actions, by your words, by everything there. So if and it's the repetition. You know what I'm saying? Repetition, like your consistency. Like if I get a good morning text from you every morning, if I get a text from you throughout the day, if I get a phone call throughout the day, you know what I'm saying? You're making yourself known. You're making yourself stand out. So that means it's like you're bringing yourself to the forefront. So I have to be like, I don't want to say I have to, but I'm paying more attention to what you're bringing, because you're here we go. Showing interest. You can date people all day long. You can date all the people that you want. But once somebody actually starts showing you interest, you feel it. It's different. It feels close to love, but we already know you gotta, go through some stages with that.
Okay. Brittany, give it to us, raw and unfiltered. How many people it says that when is it the time to stop dating other people for that one?
For the one.
I mean, Charles pretty much said it. When that one person catches your attention and you when you don't want to be with anybody else but that person. I can speak from experience because I just got married. When I was
Mom,
dating
Come on,
multiple, when
marriage.
I was dating, yes, when I was dating multiple
congratulations.
people, when I was dating multiple people, I met my husband when I was dating multiple people. And I let
Mm-hmm.
him know that I was dating other people when I met him. But it got to the point when I was with those other people, my mind went to him. My heart went to him. My
Mm.
thoughts went to him. I actually started talking to him when I was with these other people. So that's when I knew, why am I wasting my time? Why am I wasting their time when I want to be with this one person?
Mm.
Mm. Got you,
Amen to
got you,
that.
got you. So what is dating to you? What does dating mean to you?
When two or more people want to meet on a romantic level to see where things could go in the future, if it could lead to
Mm.
commitment. And I say two or more because society has it, traditionally speaking, that it should be two people, but you can have a relationship with more than two people and have commitment. I don't want to exclude those people. They love
Abs-
too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
True, true, true. I love it. So when is it dating as soon as you meet offline?
Dating is a state of mind. When
Mm.
you meet offline, you're dating. When you're in a relationship, you're still dating. When you get married, you need to continue to date. Dating does not stop.
Mm.
Mm.
Gotcha. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Troy, give it to us raw,
I like
unfiltered.
this. I like this. I mean,
Come
again,
on.
as Brittany reiterated, as Charles reiterated, his answer was very on point when it comes to, you know, dating online and getting people's attention first and foremost, because I've been dating online like 12, 13 years and I've had a couple successful relationships from it. I've been, you know, to the point where I know what to say to get whatever I want in many aspects. So it could be serious or it could be just that. So it's sort of like Craigslist. I figured it
That's
out.
real.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
real.
You know, some people never figure it out. I'm just one of those people that I pay very close attention, especially to trends and things, because dating a lot of years ago is not dating online now. So you know, it's a gamble to it all. When you got to really just pay attention, focus, and understand, but intentionally go into it knowing what you want. I think that's the ultimately like knowing what you want going into it. Don't play games and be a fool online because might get you beat up. I'm just saying. One of those people. I don't play games. Don't play with me. But at the end of the day, you know, knowing what you want, because I know what I want and what I'm looking for. Whatever comes at me, I could say I could deal with that. Or I don't want to, or yes, or no, you know what I'm saying. Like I have a better chance of finding something successful because I know what I want. I'm not just out here trying to figure it out. That's where a lot of people go wrong. They're just trying to figure it out, and they're figuring out with the wrong jokers and end up with
Mm.
somebody they shouldn't be with in the first place, wasting months of time of your life with somebody you shouldn't be with, all because you're trying to figure it out. At least
All right.
go on in when you know what the hell you know what you want, because if not, you're wasting your
Yeah.
time.
That's
And you're
that's a,
wasting
that's
other
a
people's
word
time
right there,
too.
bro. That's a definite word right there.
Listen, online dating has been I should have a PhD, okay, in
Oh yeah.
online dating.
Oh yeah. No
So
matter, I
that's
mean,
my
no matter where you are, no matter what your orientation is, no matter what. I mean, it's it's tough out here. Like you said, gamble. Gamble is the
Mm.
perfect word.
listen.
For when you
Russian
think about
roulette, you feel
actual
me?
dating. Exactly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
because
So,
the values and morals of what dating is are not the same as it used to be. So even online, you get the same foolery that you would get in person,
right.
because dating is not the same morally that it used to be. Like people had morals back then when you courted. Excuse me, back when we courted people. Now dating has become a whole, speed dating thing, like in real life, not just something you saw on TV or heard about. It's become real life. And so when is it time to stop dating others for the one? That was the question that you really hit on the head. That's what I was trying to get at. All those things about, consistency and, being able to get my attention. But I have a question for y'all real fast. Just make it, 1 minute and a half. But I need to know this since we're talking about this title right now. What if, how do you keep somebody's attention when they dated multiple people? Because I feel like a lot of people might have that kind of question. I know we can probably get to that later, but for right now, I just need a 1 minute. When it comes to the professors in the room, I need to know this just because I feel like we're talking about this. How do you keep somebody's attention in the world where they're dating multiple people, you're dating multiple people? How do you really keep their attention? Just let me know.
I bore very easily. I bore very easily. So to
Mm.
keep my attention amongst all of the men that I dated, my husband, he got to know me, and he was intentional on getting to know me to the point that he knew how to speak to my love languages before me even having to tell him. So when you can speak to my love languages, you already got me. When you have a vested interest in me and not some blanket good morning beautiful or let's go to dinner and a movie, he knows that I am very prissy. So let me take you somewhere where you can dress up and kind of show yourself off. He's a photographer. I'll do a photo shoot for you. Things like that. Speak to me and you'll have my attention for life.
All right, before we get to y'all up there listening, because we live. I just want y'all to know. I had to ask this question because I'm like, damn it, how do you, some people want to know, how do you keep people's attention? Professor Charles, real fast, we'll move on. Side scheme, know this. Talk to me.
I'm of the mindset of I'm my own competition. I don't care if you're seeing one person or 100. I'm going to do me. I'm going to give you real. I'm going to give you consistency, and I'm going to give you the time that you're willing to put out. So, like Brittany said, man, like speaking to someone's love language when you're learning them is where it's at. The moment you start worrying about, oh, is she out on another date, or is he out on another date with somebody, or or I didn't get a good night text, or are they with somebody else? You already played yourself and you already defeated yourself. You be the spot. You don't compete for the spot. You are the spot, and that's where you got to stay.
Bam, right there, baby. You see, like, yes. Sorry, that was a dope answer. Thank you, guys. I just had to be in your business for a second. I know we're gonna get to your interview later, but I really need to ask that question in the moment because I'm feeling like somebody out there needed to hear that. But we are in Homos Tea, and then this next thing might get your skin robbing too, because you know how we feel about cloning and all kind of stuff. It's about cloning, but it's about the reversal of the aging process. It's via jpost.com. So Israel scientists claim to reverse the aging process, right? It appears that through specific scientific use of oxygen, the aging process can be reversed. Aaron, as someone with the multiple sclerosis diagnosis who currently uses a wheeled walker, is particularly optimistic about this study. Needless, this has also reminded Aaron of the fellow students at his part-time job in college, getting him into an intense argument over a statement that humans already live too long. So, question is this, two-part question. What do you think might be 3 to 5 benefits to the oxygen science? We're going to start with benefits, and then we'll go negative. We're going to go around real fast. I'm going to start with myself. 3 to 5 benefits of oxygen science. One, the hope that you can live longer, right? 2, the thought of being able to have longer connections with people, because I feel like people live their mind like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Like, so that thought of, living in the last moment, and moment in time, I think is an also a benefit. Like, you still can hold on to the fact, because when you get old, the only thing that you keep is your mind. You know what I'm saying? As it gets older, if you don't have those memories and thoughts in your head, you lose your mind. So and number 3, benefit of the oxygen, I'll give you 3. I think that's the most I can go with. 3 beneficial for the oxygen science is that it proves that science does help us. You know what I'm saying? That science does work. There's some people, like religious people that say science is just, the devil, it doesn't work. But, some of us take medicine and it's been helping us for a while. So if it can reverse you getting older, go for it. But also, there's complications. And I guess we'll get into that with the negative. But right now we're talking about the positive benefits of oxygen science. I'm going to go to Brittany on this one. Talk to me, Brittany. 3 to 5, as close as you can. Benefits of oxygen science.
I can give you a good one. But it's a long one. It's a long one. I mean, it improves the quality of life, both physically and mentally. Physically, it's hard when you get older. You kind of see your body deteriorate, and it's painful, and that reduces your quality of life. You don't want to go outside and take a walk. You don't want to go outside with your friends. Like, to see people that can be bedridden when they get older because life just hurts. We just start having achy bones and cracking, and you slow down. But being able to enjoy life like you are in your 60s, your 50s, your 40s, and so on and so forth, that's major. That would be major. And I think that will also benefit our mental, because when you get to a certain age, you tend to think morbidly. I have more time behind me than ahead of me, so I'm out of here. Something starts to fail, you think of death. So now that you can reverse that, your thoughts can go elsewhere. You can start to think more positively about getting older and say, look, just because I'm getting older doesn't mean I have to feel a certain way. I don't have to feel older. So that's what I got.
All right now. Okay, you did that. See, they have you gave 35 in a sentence in there somewhere. Don't worry about it. All right, cool. So we're gonna go to Rocky real fast. Rocky, talk to me. We're gonna talk about the benefits of oxygen science. What do you think of 3 to 5 benefits of this reversal?
As a person who actually that actually does work with regenerative medicine at like a chiropractic field right now, I think that's kind of cool that you could that I think what it'll do is just kind of rejuve like energy, life, keeping a person young, making them feel better about themselves, because sometimes the older you feel, sometimes you don't feel as beautiful. You don't feel like, oh, I don't have this body I used to have. I don't have this tight skin I don't have, you know what I mean? So I think that it helps like rejuve the body, energy, and probably bring a lot more confidence to the person's self-esteem, because now is they can, probably pull a young one, cougars and lions and tigers and bears can, pull the younger generation, if they wanted to. Right. Wait, that's 2. Was that 2 or was that 3? I think that was like 2 and 3 because I mixed that up or whatever.
Okay, you throw it in the.
Yep.
Cool. All right. No worries. We got this. We got one more question to get through, so don't even worry. So, Charles, talk to me.
I don't know if I don't know if I can give you 3, but the one that really sticks out in my mind is the ability to further the science itself. So you're already in a process of slowing the aging process down. So now you're looking at you're just a few steps away of, extending life to well beyond 100, possibly 200, years. So yeah, I mean, I look at it that is you're trying to save as much as possible, because I know as a kid I was promised flying cars by the Jetsons by this time, but you know what I'm saying, we didn't get that yet. So if it was a way that I know that I can like preserve myself a little bit longer until said flying cars come around, I'm gonna do it because I want to see it. I want to see it. I was promised it. I want to see it. So that's, for selfish reasons.
Got it. Okay, cool. So part B to this is, what do we think about what we think will be 3 to 5 negative effects of such age reversal? To me,
oh God,
again, just give it. You ain't got to be 3 to 5. Just give me. What do you think?
I got you. Negative, yes, I got that.
So negative. I'm gonna start with myself, and I'm gonna just say basically, anytime you, first of all, it's still in clinical study, so it ain't proven. It's just, a couple people did it and it works, and some people did. So still in clinical study. So before you go jump into conclusions, you want to figure it out. It's right for you. 2, ultimately, I feel like anytime you're going to be messing with your oxygen, our body's made up of a certain percentage of oxygen. So when you start taking it away and doing other stuff, I was a flight attendant, okay? We start messing with the oxygen in the brain, things start happening. So I feel like you might be, for some people that might not know, that might do some wrong things to your brain, messing with the oxygen in your brain. You need your oxygen to live. That's why we need the trees, So the oxygen, the lack of oxygen, I think could be detrimental to some people who might not know it before it's too late. And last but not least, my third one on this is negative, is that science has always been trying to make things more advanced, but also causing more problems, hence the coronavirus. Somebody did this, somebody created it, where'd it come from? Now they're trying to sell us this vaccine in a minute. So those are my 3 things on why it's negative. So Brittany, talk to me. Give me some negative. Why you think it's negative? Why it ain't gonna work?
Too much of a good thing is bad. I know that, people want to look younger and feel younger, but once you get to a certain age, you've been there and you've done that. So what more is left to do? So I could just see a lot of restless and bored older people. Like I'm done. I'm done. I'm at 95. What more do I want to do at 95?
I'm still trying to figure it out. Probably sitting around talking about when I'm gonna die.
Exactly. So it's like, can I kill myself? Is it wrong if I want to kill myself now? So yeah, that's for me. That's the biggest negative. Like too much good life is bad. I will get bored. I will get bored and say, I've lived a good life. It's time to go.
I'm done. Ready? Pull the plug. Take it out. I'm ready.
I'm done.
Ain't left me already. Ready to go. Got it. Okay, Charles, talk to me. What do you think would be some negative of this?
It's a whole lot of negatives to this. It's a whole lot of negatives. We already have a problem with overpopulation on the earth. We already have that problem.
That part. Mm-hmm.
So here you go. You have people that want to live longer and, to maintain, whatever. Most of the time it's money. And it reminds me of the movie Elysium. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it basically just broke down society as is like either you're uber rich and you're able to stave off diseases, broken bones, missing limbs, all that other stuff, or you were living on the planet scrounging for like any amount of like kind of life to live for yourself, food, water, shelter, those sorts of things. Again, fighting overpopulation. People are, doing whatever it takes to get some sort of that upper echelon treatment. Mm-hmm. So that can lead. I mean, we're already, like I said, we already have overpopulation, and then you're gonna expand the class warfare, like because the haves are gonna go get it. So the have-nots are going to, either they're going to be underfoot, and after a while, of course, they're going to want to go and eat the rich. I mean, that's just society.
Life, how it's been, right? How
absolutely.
Yeah. Survival of the fittest, right? Awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you, Sir Charles. All right. So, Rocky, give me your opinion about this, and you can take things away and us with the homos tea.
The negative part of it, I think it would probably interrupt life. Interrupt how life is supposed to be. At the end of the day, God has given us life, abundance life. If He want to give us abundance life, then that's what it's meant to be. But we're sitting here interrupting it, and it's like, what if we screwed up something as humans? Because we don't know no better, so it's like it's all about the science. So we can be screwing up something and we can have a bad side effect we don't know about. Everything that they come up with or we come up with is some bad side effects. What if somebody end up being cockeyed or or something crazy? Just something crazy, walking backwards or something. Having twitches that we can't. So everything that has some good to it is a bad a side effect. Like what was it just today? A client of mine had asked me, would I take this vaccine for the coronavirus? Since we was talking about that, and I was like, I don't know, because it's something brand new. And what if it affects me? I already got enough health issues. I don't need no more. So what if it adds, major headaches that about to blow your head open? I don't know. So sound good. But at the same time, it's just like you have to be aware of what are these side effects, because they testing on humans when are they really not testing on animals before they tell the humans what it really is. So you got to be very precautious about what you're doing. Any type of procedure you do, you got to be precautious, because anything that's brand new, you kind of got to look at them in the corner of your eye like, I'm not too sure about that. How would this affect me in the long run? Because, that momentary, I want my type skin. I want to look like, I'm looking like I'm 15 again. But then what is that little niche that's going to cause a bad effect on you for the rest of your life? You got to be aware of that.
Yeah, that was a good way to end that, Rocky. So now, last place we could talk about this last thing that we need to talk about. It's very pressing in Hollywood right now. I'm just kidding. From cheatsheet.com. Talk to us, Rocky.
All right. Okay, let me get to it, y'all. Let me go. So from cheatsheet.com, Hollywood War. Okay, Monique's arguments on the disparities in pay and treatment in Hollywood makes sense to Aaron. After reading that this trouble still remains unresolved, Aaron asks 2 questions. How long should Monique push this point, and why not? And then how might the win look in this war? Okay, so I just recently I was watching for me, I was watching the Janet Hubert and Will Smith. And Janet had blasted Will Smith because he said that she was difficult. And she felt as a dark-skinned Black woman that kind of blackballed her. She wasn't able to get a job. Monique took that and was just like, I feel like that would be great for Tyler Perry to do. Okay. And I thought about it, and I was just like, it would be good, but here's the thing. With Monique, she kind of, for the people that do not agree with what she did, because we watched Steve Harvey, and Steve Harvey tried to talk to her. Adrienne Bailon tried to talk to her, in the past about her blasting, the big dogs or whatnot, who's still moving on and making their money. I understand you want everybody to pay you back because you lost money, food in your baby's mouths and you and your husband's mouth or whatnot. But there's a part of me that's just like, even if she move on, there's still gonna be some people that's just like, she's doing too much, or she's the typical Black woman. No offense, Brittany, but the typical Black woman with too much mouth, and she ghetto and all this other stuff. Because that's how some people look at her. I've seen people make these comments about her. So there's still gonna be some people that really don't agree with her. Even if Tyler Perry were to say, "Hey, I fucked up," people are going to still put the stereotype on her because she is a strong woman. She don't bite her tongue at all. She has no filter. She keep it real. And she, what she was fighting for, it made sense because it's like Amy Schumer, as she was saying, was making so much. And then here it is, you paying me for this much. You think I'm going to settle for this? You want me to promote Precious and, I'm not making this and that. And you want me to promote it for free. People are still going to look back and it was like, oh, I can't believe that you blasted, not Whoopi. Hold on. Oprah. I can't believe you called Oprah, you blasted Oprah. You acted a fool with Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels when I think that she's still gonna get that backlash because so many years of her she's to other people that didn't understand the situation, she seemed bitter. She seemed bitter and angry. And she's putting all this kind of the way it's her delivery. It make her seem like she's angry and bitter, and like how make it seem like she was ungrateful, and a lot of people just turn their backs on her. I really love Monique. I think she's funny as hell.
I do too. I love Monique.
I think she's funny as hell. And the thing was, she was that motherfucker. She was that motherfucker. Do you see what I'm saying? A lot of things about her, I was happy when she got the award that was very well deserved. But when you see other people from Precious or whatnot, they all moved on and they still making their money. Okay. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, let me get off my soap. And Brittany, you go ahead and get no filter.
I stand with Monique. Period. Monique is a strong Black woman. She's standing up for what she rightfully deserves. If her contract stated she was doing national press for Precious, why would she go internationally if that's not her contract? Looking at Lee Daniels as a character, as a person, he's shady.
He messy as fuck.
He is messy. He already owed Damon Dash money. So off the strength of his character, he is not a man that has integrity. And so I guess he assumed because Monique, you're my friend, then you'll do me this one and go overseas and do this for me and do that for me. No, she's a businesswoman. Would you have done that to another counterpart? Would you have done that to? No, you wouldn't have. So she's standing up for what she deserves. Run me my money.
Wouldn't do that to Viola Davis.
Exactly. Because they're friends, he wants to pull the friend card, and that's not fair. And my other thing with Monique is I want her to fight this until the end. She is starting to win because her points are valid. Don't sit here and apologize in private when you can do that publicly. The same thing with Will and Janet. What I appreciate is that the first question that she asked Will was, why? Why did you do that? You saying the things that you said cost me my career. Being a dark skinned Black woman, calling me difficult is pretty much ruining my career. Not ruining, it ruined my career. So the same thing applies to Monique. You know, you're doing all of these things behind my back and you're acknowledging that, but not in the public eye. All I want for you to do is just address it and say, this is what it is.
So that way you won't know it's me.
Exactly. And owe me what is mine. I feel like once Will and Janet got that out in the open, people kind of looked at Janet with a softer lens. Because beforehand, I even saw Janet as abrasive, as angry, but she was just hurt. She wasn't bitter, she was bruised. She has been beat up by Hollywood for something that was so misunderstood. So once she told her story, people are now like, oh, well, dag, everything I said, that wasn't fair. So I think Monique is in the same situation. And of course, who are you going to, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I was just agreeing because I think what they do is they try to categorize them as, forgive my how I say it, but as a bitch.
No.
And it's not them being a bitch. They want their rightful.
Right. And the sad part is you have to look at who you're going against. Janet is going against Will Smith. Who doesn't?
The biggest star of the 90s at that time.
Exactly. Same with, you're going against Oprah. Everybody loves Oprah.
Everybody loves Oprah.
Everyone loves Tyler Perry. So it's already a losing match for her. And it's like, I'm not losing because I'm right. I just want y'all to say that I'm right.
So Charles, what do you think? What's going on?
When she first came out with the whole thing, I have to be honest, I dismissed her because it was, like you had said, Rocky, the delivery came off as bitter. It came off as angry for no reason. But the more I delved into the situation, the more I learned about what transpired, and knowing that the same people that she was talking about had multiple situations with other people with the same kind of thing. I'm like, maybe she's not all that, she's not angry. Maybe she's not, maybe she's not bitter. Well, she was definitely angry, but maybe she's not bitter. Like Brittany said.
She was named Donkey of the Day.
Huh?
She was named Donkey
exactly.
of the Day.
Exactly. And like Brittany said, once you get that stigma on you, it just perpetuates itself. It, everybody starts to feed off of it, and then they, then they mark you as, X, Y, and Z. And I mean, you've seen it so many times of like, they did it with Prince, did it with Michael Jackson, they did it with Bill Cosby, they did, but the difference is that in this point with Monique, they did it to ourselves, like our culture, our race, blackballed this woman for little to nothing other than she wanted what she was owed. She worked hard. I remember going to see Monique when she first started. Well, she was already maybe like 6, maybe 7 years in, but doing like being at the Baltimore Comedy Factory, all them, what I'm saying. I remember going to go see her when before she got on HBO, before she was on Def Comedy Jam, all that other stuff. I remember, people wouldn't really, some people wouldn't give her jokes, they wouldn't give her laughs or whatever. So she's worked hard to get where she is. They when you're a certain size and you have a certain demeanor, they try to pigeonhole you in all of these roles, and like that's just you. You're the fat black funny chick.
Absolutely.
That part.
That's it. Like that's it.
That's it.
Like you don't have no range. Like you don't have no other aspirations or what have you. So the thing that really tipped me over to her side was the fact that none of the people that she even mentioned, none of them actually tried to really come forward and like, hey, you know what? I really messed up. Why? Because they not trying to fuck up their check. Steve Harvey.
Save ass.
He just, I mean, he sandbowed his ass through that whole interview, and I just lost every bit of respect for him after that. Lee Daniels, dumb quiet. Oprah, dumb quiet. Tyler Perry, who I already don't really have too much to say about Joe because yes, he makes a lot of opportunities for Black people. Yes, he does, but he does it in such a shitty way.
And Charles, can I say this really quickly?
Go, baby.
As a Black woman, as Monique, I'm putting myself in Monique's shoes as a Black woman.
Absolutely.
When you look at who is hurting her, you have Steve Harvey, a Black man. You should be protecting me. Tyler Perry, you should be protecting me.
Right.
Charlamagne the God.
Oprah, we are sisters. You should be protecting me.
Right.
So to be betrayed by your own, that's another level of betrayal. Because we're already out here fighting against everybody else. But when you have your own against you, you're alone. So she's grasping for straws. So yeah.
All right, Troy, give it to us raw. Give it to us raw.
Yes. So before we get to that, I'm gonna let myself finish. But I just want to put those people out there who are watching live. You guys gotta go to our YouTube and check out our homos inter versus inter, which is gonna be our topic for the day. Just make sure you guys check it out, just so you know. And so without further ado, I'm gonna get to my question. My question is this. My answer is this. I feel like ultimately how she could shit on them is to produce her story about what really happened and make her own little movie about the truth about what happened. Because these people utilize their money where their mouth is. They make movies and, they have talk shows about things and to make themselves, put themselves in different places about situations. Use the power you have in this now that you're back resurfacing with this and putting out there now that Will Smith has put it out there with Janet. Now, first of all, don't stop till you get what you need. Clearly, because you're owed it. Can't stop, won't stop till you get it. Period.
Okay, don't stop till you get enough.
You need to definitely, I feel like, to get back at them. You got a little something. You got credibility. You got experience in the industry, and you got a support system. Utilize that to make sure you get your story heard. Flip the script. Make sure put it in balls in your court. Put Monique's name back on the map in the way that you could, because that's the difference between then and now. Now we can utilize the talents and skills that we had to make our own things happen, can network with other production companies to make things move. I'm sure there's a production company out there that believes in you, Monique. Figure it out. Find them. Tell your story the way you want it told, because it's your story. And put it in a way, because everybody watching Netflix and all these other stuff, and put it on Netflix. Everybody watching Netflix and Amazon, all this, partner up with one of them people, Monique. Figure it out, girl, because your story is one of many. Clearly, we're still dealing with it. If you're looking at Janet and the Will situation. So don't stop till you can't stop, won't stop till you get what you need. But I feel like use the ball in your court. You are an entertainer. You've been out here in the industry. You do have connections. Do some kind of tell your story and let the world know what happened so that you put it in your power, because you may not ever get that apology that you're looking for. Unfortunately, it may never happen. Just may never happen. So for the first and foremost, make sure you, Monique, you don't let it stop you, girl. You utilize that power that we have now in today's time after all this has been happening, and you put the ball in your court. So that's my 1-2 for this particular topic. If you have anything you want to wrap it up with, Rocky, I'll close out the whole everything and we'll get things moving to our next segment. But yeah, like I was saying before, I had to throw it out there. I'm super excited about our main topic, y'all. So make sure you guys check out our main topic for the week. Inter versus intra, but it revolves around interracial relationships. So yeah, Rocky, if you want to close this out, say anything else, I'll just give a recap and we'll be done. For those.
All right. Hey guys, I want you to go ahead and follow. Go on versetv.com. Go follow us on iHeartRadio, Verse TV, hashtag VerseTV. go ahead and look us up on YouTube because, you know, we rocking it on Verse TV, hashtag Verse TV. And, hey, we doing the damn thing. Go ahead, Troy.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Once again, y'all, like Rocky said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you want to know about, be a part of what we talked about today in Homos Tea, I'm just going to run you real fast, real quick. What we talked about, again, we talked about the voice of Germany, and Aaron, of course, being a Whitney stan. And, you know, we just want to know, what's the performance? If you guys haven't seen it, please go to YouTube and type in the voice of Germany. You're going to see it there. Young lady performed. Whitney Houston, we want to know if you guys thought it was respectful to the Queen for what she did. It was, you know, she sang, it was confident, slightly off key, but she did it. We want to know what you guys think. And also if these shows like American Idol and The Voice, you know, it has our millennial generation thinking that they become more conditioned for voices to sound exactly like the celebrities. What do you guys think about that? Next, we talked about the Kiki T for a key, with dating semantics. Many people say that they shouldn't date multiple people at the same time. One at a time, to stop dating others for the one. What is dating? Let's not forget about the people dating online. If you're dating online, is it considered dating once you meet? Aaron thinks it's all dating semantics. But, you know, let us know what you guys think. Third, we talked about Israel scientists claiming to reverse the aging process, y'all. Using scientific specific oxygen, it helps to reverse the aging process. So if you heard what we talked about, we want to know some benefits and what you think of benefits of it and some negative things about why it wouldn't work. Let us know. And last but not least, we talked about Miss Monique and her challenges with Tyler Perry to apologize to her in public for what he's done to the past. He's done some things behind closed doors, and there's even recordings of it, but she wants to publicly say it, especially now that the Will has come out now with Janet and had the big talk. And so, yeah, so that was been our Homos Tea. Again, thank you guys so much. And you gotta get into our Homos intro versus intro, y'all. You guys gotta get into it. So make sure you head over to our YouTube show if you haven't already and check it out. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna get ready for our main topic. Let's do this. Aaron, unmute your mic.